Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for your attention and that our group to present our material. And then our material is about RPJMD Yogyakarta 2017 until 2022. And our members consist by Arta Rizky, Wildan Raka, and Rafli Aufa. Okay, let's see to first slide. We will talk about vision of RPJMD Yogyakarta. First vision is to meet the Indian Ocean century for the glory of Jogja's human dignity. Okay, I will explain. Meeting has the meaning to walk forward facing, something that comes from the opposite direction or welcomes the coming of an era or century, or we can call it with civilization. The Indian Ocean is a strategic locus chosen because of its historical aspects, the phenomenon of the Indian Ocean Rim Association, and then Kra Canal or Thai Canal Project, and poverty in the South Jogja region. Locus Abad Samudra is also a form of synchronization and reinforcement against the government development agenda period 2015 until 2019 Presiden Joko Widodo on the concept of Indonesia as the maritime axis of the world. Indonesia as the world maritime axis. Um, jadi apabila kita bahasakan divisi pertama itu uh, menyongsong memiliki arti ya untuk berjalan maju menghadapi atau menempuh sesuatu yang memang hal tersebut itu datang dari arah yang berlawanan atau kita dapat katakan menyambut datangnya sebuah zaman atau abad atau peradaban. Dalam visi pertama ini Samudra Hindia itu merupakan lokasi yang strategis ya karena dipilih menurut aspek kesejarahan, kemudian fenomena-fenomena Indian Ocean Rim Association, and then kemiskinan di kawasan Jogja Selatan. Lokasi samudra ini juga merupakan sebagai bentuk sinkronisasi ya dan penguatan terhadap agenda yang Presiden Joko Widodo itu canangkan, di mana ia mencanangkan itu Indonesia sebagai poros maritim dunia dan Indonesia pula sebagai poros maritim dunia yang senyampang dengan abad Pasifik dan abad Atlantik. And then kita lanjut ke vision kedua. Vision kedua itu the special region of Yogyakarta still has high levels of poverty and inequality among income groups. So, in this section, the dignity of people's well-being is important to improve, even though the achievement of Yogyakarta Human Development Index has been ranked highest in Indonesia. Jadi in bahasa harkat dan martabat kesejahteraan masyarakat itu sudah selayaknya dan memang sepatutnya menjadi sangat penting untuk ditingkatkan. Meskipun dalam RPJMD ini capaian indeks pembangunan manusia daerah istimewa Yogyakarta sudah berada di ranking tertinggi di Indonesia. Seperti itu. Then we continue to the third vision. The third vision is development in Jogja continues to be sought to be sustainable and have a development approach that center on the welfare of Jogja people, both boom and inner. Economic well-being is a physical well-being that must be enjoyed by the main perpetrator, namely the human being, so that physical well-being must be followed by the more real welfare received by the human beings involved in development. After that, Jogja people still have welfare, yes, still have welfare issues from aspects of poverty and then inequality between income groups and high income distribution dependency by the labor force. Then given the high dependency rate in Yogyakarta. Jadi in bahasa visi ketiga ini menjelaskan bahwasanya kesejahteraan ekonomi itu merupakan kesejahteraan fisik pula yang memang harus sepatutnya dinikmati oleh pelaku utama, yaitu ya tentu saja manusianya. Sehingga kesejahteraan fisik itu harus diikuti oleh kesejahteraan yang lebih real yang diterima oleh manusia yang terlibat dalam pembangunan. Nah, dalam hal ini manusia atau masyarakat Jogja itu masih memiliki persoalan kesejahteraan dari aspek kemiskinan, kemudian ketimpangan antar kelompok pendapatan, kemudian tingginya angka ketergantungan, serta pendapatan oleh angkatan kerja. Mengingat memang angka ketergantungan di Yogyakarta itu sudah cukup tinggi ya. Jadi indikator kesejahteraan di Yogyakarta memang secara batin dapat kita gambarkan pada agregat masyarakatnya. Misalkan dengan terciptanya rasa keadilan dan rasa aman dalam kehidupan masyarakat baik pada ranah domestik atau lokal maupun pada ranah publik, oleh kepastian bahwasanya masyarakat tersebut memiliki perlindungan hukum gitu, misalnya termasuk kayak rasa aman dan rasa keterlindungan berada di bawah ruang publik dan jalan raya, seperti itu. Okay, I will explain for the mission of RPJMD Yogyakarta 2017 and 2022. For the first mission is improving the quality of life and livelihood of a just and civil society. And the second one, realizing democratic governance. Okay, I will explain first mission. Improving the quality of life and livelihood of a just and civil society. This mission assumes that the mission through this first mission, the DIY local government or the Jogja local government, all stakeholders and communities will realize improving the quality of life and livelihoods, at least from the aspect of fulfillment of basic needs, example from health aspects, access to basic infrastructure, and then increase in human resource capacity, for example, from education aspect. And the third, improving people's economies with a local resource base in order to increase fair economic growth, including in efforts to reduce Yogyakarta poverty and lower inequality between income groups, and then decrease inequality between regions. After that, the last one, improving the harmony of social, cultural, and political life that fulfills a sense of security, comfort, and order for all citizens. Jadi apabila kita jelaskan secara bahasa, visi yang pertama itu meningkatkan kualitas hidup dan penghidupan masyarakat yang berkeadilan dan berkeadapan. Misi pertama ini itu memiliki asumsi bahwasannya pemerintah daerah istimewa Yogyakarta, kemudian segenap pemangku kepentingan dan masyarakat akan mewujudkan peningkatan kualitas hidup dan penghidupan sekurang-kurangnya itu dari berbagai aspek. Dan aspeknya itu ada beberapa. Yang pertama itu ada pemenuhan kebutuhan dasar, misalnya dari aspek kesehatan, kemudian dari aspek infrastruktur dasar seperti jalan raya, kemudian apabila aspek kesehatan mungkin dari jaminan kesehatan atau BPJS, kemudian ada lagi peningkatan kapasitas sumber daya manusia, misalnya dari aspek pendidikan. Tentu saja Apabila pendidikannya itu tinggi, kemudian aspeknya sangat terstruktur dan terintegrasi, kemungkinan akan menghasilkan sumber daya manusia atau human resource yang memang good quality. Kemudian peningkatan perekonomian masyarakat dengan basis sumber daya lokal dalam rangka meningkatkan pertumbuhan ekonomi yang memiliki keadilan, termasuk halnya misalkan dalam upaya menurunkan angka kemiskinan di Yogyakarta, kemudian menurunkan kesenjangan antar kelompok pendapatan, dan menurunkan ketimpangan antar wilayah, di mana apabila kita jelaskan ketimpangan atau kemiskinan ini itu haruslah kita basmi gitu ya. Karena dalam halnya untuk mencapai suatu wilayah yang dapat dikatakan makmur dan sejahtera, itu berawal dari human resource-nya dahulu gitu, dari sumber daya manusianya gitu. Kemudian yang terakhir itu untuk misi ini ada peningkatan harmoni kehidupan sosial, budaya, dan politik yang memenuhi rasa aman, nyaman, dan tertib bagi seluruh warga. Next, the second mission is realize democratic governments. The formula of this second mission translate the glory of Jogja's human dignity to the fourth and fifth Panchamulya. The second mission will realize democratic governance and realize the behavior of the civil apparatus of the state with integrity. The second mission embodiment effort is at least by, such as conducting the spirit of encounters and bureaucratic cross-examinations will be laid out as strategies to create democratic governments, both through the vertical cross strategy or openness in internal SKPD, and then horizontal cross strategy, or we can call it as openness between SKPD and cross hierarchy strategy. And then other aspect is encouraging the spirit of encounters and institutional crossword will be laid out as strategies to improve the human rights of the country's civil apparatus. Through cross-learning to other institutions, both inside and outside Yogyakarta government institution, including higher education institution, and then non-governmental organization institution, private economic institution, and learn from their experience other regions and countries. Saya jelaskan in bahasa. Yang kedua ini mewujudkan tata pemerintahan yang demokratis ya. Karena pada dasarnya Indonesia itu memang berpedoman pada demokrasi gitu. Atau asasnya itu asas-asas kekeluargaan. Jadi rumusan yang kedua ini, misi ini memiliki asumsi bahwasannya akan mewujudkan tata kelola pemerintahan yang demokratis, kemudian mewujudkan perilaku aparatur sipil negara yang berintegritas. Dan kemudian untuk mewujudkan misi ini atau mewujudkan misi agar pemerintahan yang demokratis ini, ada beberapa usaha. Yang pertama itu melakukan semangat perjumpaan atau silang birokrasi, di mana akan diletakkan sebagai strategi ya untuk menciptakan tata kelola pemerintahan yang demokratis, baik melalui strategi silang vertikal atau strategi silang horizontal dan strategi silang hierarki. Kemudian yang kedua itu ada mendorong semangat perjumpaan dan silang kelembagaan yang memang diletakkan sebagai upaya atau strategi ya untuk meningkatkan kualitas sumber daya manusia tersebut, terutama aparatur sipil negara melalui silang belajar mungkin ke lembaga-lembaga lain, biasanya sih baik di dalam maupun di luar lembaga pemerintahan Yogyakarta, termasuk lembaga pendidikan tinggi, lembaga swadaya.
And then this is the goals. The first is improving the quality of life and livelihood of people with a social order that ensure diversity in terms of the unitary states of the Republic of Indonesia and is able to maintain and develop the culture of Yogyakarta. Then the increasing economic degree of society with the preserved and growing culture of uh, second is the second is the realization of good governance reform. This goal is carried out to achieve targets such as declining economic inequality between regions, increasing governance capacity, increasing management and utilization of the Sultan's land, duchy and village land. Okay, the next is target. The first is increasing degree of human resource quality. There is improving the quality of life and livelihood of the people with a social order that ensure the Bhinneka Tunggal Ika within the framework of the unitary state of Republic of Indonesia and is able to maintain and develop the culture of Yogyakarta. And then the second goal has an implementation on increasing public awareness and understanding of cultural diversity that includes customs, traditions, beliefs, and positive values of the nation's histories to support the realization of the character and identity of a nation that has a resilient cultural resilience. Increase appreciation of the diversity of art and creativity of cultural works, increasing quality of management in effort to maintain and develop cultural heritage. There is the regional development strategies, policy direction, and programs. I will give you the conclusion of it. The formulation of RPJMD 2017 until 2022 of the Special Region of Yogyakarta Government is carried out taking into account the condition of RPJMD achievement of the previous period, including the stages formulated in it and analysis of internal factors and external factors based on the result of studying vision, mission, objectives, and development goals. Analysis of internal factors is carried out to identify the strengths and weaknesses that have, while the analysis of external factors is necessary to know the opportunities and threats faced by the special region of Yogyakarta government in achieving development goals.
Internal analysis has several strengths and weaknesses, such as a strength. Number 1. The construction of an international airport in Temon district as access to Yogyakarta province will lead to significant economic development. Number 2. Development of the Southern Ring Road, which will improve accessibility from the southern region of Java Island. Yogyakarta's strategic position in the constellation of the Java regional region bordering Central Java Province V8 makes Yogyakarta one of the growth poles in the South region as well as the West-East transportation route. Number 3. Excellent potential in agriculture, both dry and wetlands, coastal fisheries, livestock, forestry, sand mining, limestone, and kaolin. Number 4. The potential for local product-based processing industries developed by the Yogyakarta indigenous people, including graba, bamboo, weaving, woodcraft, and the potential for agricultural-based processing industries such as processed food. Number 5. Potential abundant water resources because Yogyakarta has a large water catchment area, springs, and reservoirs. And B. The weaknesses. Number 1. The utilization of natural resources is not optimal. Number 2, facilities and infrastructure for the regional economy and development support are still limited and do not meet the needs. Number 3, control of special use and public awareness of the importance of compliance with special use are still low. Number 4, inadequate transportation system to reach certain areas. Number 5, the educate unemployment rate is quite high. External analysis. Conversely, if it is external, there are opportunities and threats when we analyze it, because we directly oversee it in the field. The opportunity, number 1, the AFTA or ASEAN Free Trade Area Agreement opens opportunities for Yogyakarta to access international markets and cooperation between regions, both national and international, with the use of rapidly developing information technology. Number 2, Yogyakarta as the center of national activities will be the only corridor hub in the southern region of Java. Number 3, Yogyakarta can become part of the world cultural heritage, so that it is very strategic to become a center for the development and research of world science, including volcanoes, earthquake, culture, society, and so on. And the second, the threats. Number 1, the comfort felt by the people who have lived in Yogyakarta causes urbanization and migration that is quite high and has the potential to shift the social life of the Yogyakarta community, and eventually the infiltration of foreign culture which disrupt the social stability and local culture has the potential to diminish the values of local wisdom. Policy direction. The policy direction is implemented to serve as a guide in supporting the vision and mission of the RPJMD, where in the RPJMD the policy direction is implemented so that: Number 1, improve the quality of education, management, and service in Yogyakarta that are inclusive and just. Number 2, increase the degree of public health. Number 3, internalization of cultural values oriented towards community resilience and environmental sustainability.